Oh, we're on? Oh, God. Okay. Shingles. Ouch. Hurts. What's going on, Secoya Nation? This is Dr. Schilling bringing you today's wellness wisdom. We're talking about shingles. If you don't know what shingles is a rash that's actually a bunch of little pustules that shows up on your body. And it's thought to be because of the herpes zoster virus, and that's what causes chickenpox and shingles, excuse me. So before we get into Shirley's story, or Lindsay, what was her name? And one of our participants is basically dealing with shingles, and we talked about what the root causes were. So I get inspired by participants every day, so what I want to do is bring this to you so that you can be empowered at the same time we are. So if you like these, feel free to go on YouTube and search the condition, and maybe we've already done it. If not, and you want to know, then just type in the chat below or type in the YouTube message or whatever it is and say, hey, will you do a video on this? Because I really want to know because it affects me or my loved one or whoever it is and stuff like that. So that's your opportunity for today. So let's talk about the connection between where shingles shows up in your body and why. Okay, so some people get it on their face. Okay, that's like trigeminal neuralgia, and you can move that if you want. And so trigeminal neuralgia, like there's 3 branches of the nerve. It can be on your face. Some people get it between their ribs. Some people get it on their chest, on their buttock. I think one of our participants said, I got this thing on my butt. Can you take a look? I'm like, sure. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm a doctor. It's okay. And they said, check it out. Shut that thing off. We got a little sound effects going here. The fan. All right, anyway. So depending where it shows up, it depends on what you're dealing with. So it could be on the hip, so inability to carry the load. It could be in the rib, feeling stuck, feeling unable to break through, things like that. The breast tissue on the chest would be either carrying somebody else's weight or nest worry, something like that. So it just depends on where it shows up. So if you want to know where yours is showing up and why, just let us know and we'll tell you. So when you think about a virus is being made in your body in order to help you heal. It's been postulated or theorized that it's coming from your cells, your stem cells. They're called vesicles, or excuse me, exosomes. Pardon me, exosomes. The name escaped me there for a second. So exosomes are made by your stem cells in order to help you create an immune response. In fact, they took a comparison of an exosome with what they thought was a spike protein molecule from the Rona, and basically they looked identical. So when you think about vesicles and exosomes, stuff like that your body's producing, they're there to help you heal. You just have a symptom on your body because it's a check engine light. Your body's saying, hey, I need your attention over here or wherever it might be. And so the connection neuro-emotionally, remember, the conflict begins in the brain and then it shows up in the body. Okay, people think it's the reverse, like, oh, I just have this thing on my body, this growth or this cell or this tumor or this whatever, these vesicles. And they just show up there as though it's somehow random. It's actually from your brain, conflict emerges and then it shows up in your body. So when you think about these things, think about it has to be a reason why it shows up on your body in one place, in my body, in another place, or not on my body and on your body. Okay? So shingles is typically related to a conflict regarding shame. Okay? So it's like something about integrity, something about being shamed by someone else, or someone attacking your integrity, something like that. And that's when you're going to get it's not a rash, not what you call it, just the spots on your body. Curtis? Making a cameo over here, starting this car. You hear information that hurts or dirties you. It's like something that shames you. Okay, so we'll get back to the shame idea. Something that feels like it taints you or your image or your character, something like that. And that's going to cause skin to show up, which skin is related to insults or shame or verbally abused, verbally attacked, and stuff like that. It can come up in different ways and stuff like that. What else? Because it's the skin's oftentimes a conflict of separation. You feel like separated from someone you love, separated from a relationship. Maybe you've lost contact with a good friend. It could be an undertone of like you have to be submissive to something or someone, like something's taking a dominant role over you. So that's like, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it anyway. Some people they say I can't focus on how I feel right now. I just got to shove that down and then just move on and work on getting this accomplished instead of focusing on how I feel. So it's like a disconnect there. It's like something that imposes dishonor on you. So Lindsay was dealing with an issue in her family where someone in her family she cared deeply for was dealing with guilt. And that guilt was then, causing her to feel uncomfortable and shame because of the stress that their family member was dealing with. So it can show up not because of what you're dealing with, but because of what somebody else you care about is dealing with. Okay, so sometimes we take on our stress from our family members. What else? There's so many things, like inability to see the end of the road. Like some people got shingles during COVID because they couldn't see a way out. They didn't know when was going to be the end of it. They were stuck in communication with someone or loved one. So, for example, they were afraid of telling their loved one that they didn't get jabbed, vaccinated, whatever you want to call it, and because they were afraid of having love withheld, having one of their grandkids being withheld from them and stuff like that. So they were feeling guilty because of that. They were not communicating. They were either their expectations weren't being met, or they were feeling like somebody else's expectations weren't being met. So it just depends on what they're dealing with. Okay, so your opportunity is to understand, like, you don't have to suffer with this, nor do your loved ones. Most people suffer unnecessarily. We make these videos because most people are suffering unnecessarily, and we don't want you to be one of them. So if you want to choose this opportunity to then say, okay, what I want to do is I want some help with this, or I want some help with whatever condition I'm dealing with, because you're ready to ditch the diagnosis, then it's your opportunity to call our clinic, say, hey, Secoya, like, can I talk to somebody on your team so we can figure out how to help you, so you can figure out how to help me? Maybe you can't, I don't know. But give us a call and set up a consultation with one of our team members. They'll figure out where to funnel you, which services are the best option for you, so that you can feel your best the fastest and get back to living your best life. So you don't have to deal with that kind of crap, like sores on your body that you think are unsightly and you think, what's wrong with me, and things like that. It doesn't have to be that way, and it can go away very fast. And if the conflict doesn't resolve, then we can do brain resets. If we can't handle it with homeopathy and herbs and stuff like that, we'll use brain resets, which we do mostly, because we know that when your brain changes, you change permanently. So that's your opportunity for today. We challenge you to help yourself, and we look forward to talking with you or seeing you in the clinic very soon. All right, guys? Hope you have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.